The Tale of Custard, the Dragon by Ogden Nash for Class 10 in the poem number 10 in their subject English, presented and prepared by BGR. The Tale of Custard, the Dragon. About the poet, Frederick Ogden Nash was an American poet well known for his light verse, of which he wrote over 500 pieces. With his unconventional rhyming schemes, he was declared the country's best-known producer of humorous poetry. He was born on August 19, 1902, Ray, New York, US, and died on May 19, 1971, Baltimore, Maryland, US. His occupation has a lot, but mainly he was identified as a poet. Ogden Nash was one of the most commercial, successful English language poets of the 20th century. He was an amazing humorist whose short, pithy poems entered the realm as an American literature treasure. With more than 20 books to his credit, he is a versatile writer for children of all ages. Nash was best known for surprising, pun-like rhymes, sometimes with the words deliberately misspelled for comic effect, like Realio, Trialio, Vinda, etc. in this poem. Now you can able to see the different type of picture here. First one you can able to see the picture of a custard, and the next one is a dragon. Whoa, we are not going to learn about the custard fruit and the dragon fruit, but we are going to learn about the poem, A Tale of Custard the Dragon. Here you can able to see the color of the custard in green color and the dragon fruit in the form of a red and green. Same manner, here the writer tried to give the dragon color in green and purple tinge in the picture of the book, The Tale of Custard the Dragon. Here you can able to see the original script of the poem, The Tale of Custard the Dragon, which was written by Ogden Nash. Other works of Ogden Nash like this, The Carnival of the Animals, You Can't Get There From Here, The Best of Ogden Nash, Custard and Company, and last but not least, I am here revealing the book The Tale of Custard the Dragon. Now we are going to learn about this poem in this chapter. About the poem, The Tale of Custard the Dragon is a poem for children written by Ogden Nash. Already we know that. A picture book of 1936 poem with illustration by Lynn Munsinger was published in 1995. The poem has been described as probably his most famous poem for kids. In 1959, it inspired Leonard Lipton to write a poem that evolved into the song Puff the Magic Dragon. And this poem, The Tale of the Custard Dragon, is written in the style of a ballad, a song or poem that tells a story. Ballad that narrates tales of courage or heroism. This poem is a humorous ballad close to a parody. Now, before we enter into the poem, we will look into some few characters that they are going to appear in the poem. The main character is Belinda. This Belinda who lives in a white house and she had so many pets. First one is a black ink cat. Then second one is the gray blink mouse. And the third one is yellow mustard dog. And the last but not least, covered custard. These people were frightened because of a pirate who entered into their little white house with both pistols in the hand and he entered through the window. So these are the main characters we appear in the poem that we are going to read now. Central idea of the poem. The Tale of Custard the Dragon is a funny poem that tells the story of a little girl, Belinda, and her pets. Belinda lives with her little pets, a kitten, a mouse, a dog, and a dragon in her little house. Belinda and all her pets, except the dragon, have been described as very brave creatures. Even the mouse and the kitten have been shown to be so brave that they can chase lions, but the dragon is such a coward that it is always looking for the safety of a cage. The dragon, however, surprised everyone with his heroic act of killing a pirate who had come to Belinda's house and meant harm to her and her pets. All the bravery of Belinda and the rest of her pets failed, and they ran screaming for help. But the dragon, whom everyone thought was a coward, rescued them from the pirate. Here we are entering into the stanza number 1 of the poem, The Tale of the Custard the Dragon. First stanza. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon and really a little pet dragon. Here you can able to see the picture of a little white house and Belinda and her black kitten and the grey mouse and the red color wagon and really her little pet dragon. Wagon means here a carriage, and realio and trialio is actually the words really and truly, but the poet Ogden Nash used the words misspelled form to get the poem effect in this poem. So from this stanza, what we have understand, the poem opens with the introducing characters like Belinda, who lived in a little white house with her pets and a wagon. Her pets include a black kitten, a little grey mouse, a little yellow dog, and a little dragon. Now you can find the rhyme scheme of this poem stanza. House, mouse, a, wagon, dragon, b. So the rhyme scheme of the stanza is A, B. Stanza number 2. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the little grey mouse she called her Blink, and the little yellow dog was sharp as a mustard, but the dragon was a coward and she called him Custard. Here you can able to see the picture of the Ink, Blink, Mustard, and coward Custard. Coward means one who fears a lot. Here you can able to see the picture of the dog who is like to give the sound of bow wow, and hearing the sound it acts in the form of the action. The expression reveals that it fears a lot. So from this stanza, we come to know that the rhyme scheme of the stanza is ink and blink, a, mustard and custard, b. So from the stanza, what we come to know that Belinda had named her little black kitten as Ink, and her little grey mouse was called Blink, and the color of her dog was sharp and yellow as mustard, and her dragon was called Custard. Here the readers are introduced to the cowardice of the Custard, as he was not brave and feared a lot. Now the third stanza. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath, mouth like a fireplace, chimney for a nose, and realio daggers on his toes. So here you can find the rhythm, teeth underneath, t, isn't it? So a, and nose and toes, BB. So the rhyme scheme of the stanza is AABB. So here in the stanza, we come to know that the custard physical appearance seems quite surprising to the readers, as it has been shown as carrying all the features of a dragon that makes dragon powerful, scary, and brave. It has a big sharp teeth and spines on the back that could easily scare anyone away. Custard also has the ability to spit the fire, which makes its mouth look like a fireplace, showing his power. And his nose becomes a chimney through which the smoke comes out from the chimney in his mouth. And Custard toes are so pointed and sharp that they could cut anything like a dagger. So here spikes mean sharp pointed structure on the body. And scales here means thin hard plates that covers the body. You can able to see the scales in the body of fish too. Fish, isn't it? And fireplace, the place where fire is burned to keep the house warm. And chimney, chimney, you know that it's a long pipe that opens on the roof to let out the smoke release from the fireplace. And dagger means a small sword. So this is about the third stanza in the poem. Now we are entering into the stanza number 4. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears, and ink and blink chased lines down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice safe cage. So here also you can find the rhythm, rhyme scheme, bears, stairs, A, and rage and cage. BB. So barrel means a box usually used for keeping liquids. But here the Ogden Nash described the bears are used to kept in the barrel. That much strength is described. All the strength will be barreled. So that kind of strength Belinda is having, isn't it? Then here also you can able to see the mustard can chase the lion and the tiger, and the ink and blink are ready to chase the lion here. But here you can able to see the picture. The dragon always cried for a nice safe cage because it's no its true quality. If he become anger, then everybody will be turned into a ash because of the fire. So always it's tried to cry for a nice safe cage. So barrel means a box usually used for keeping liquids, and chase here means to follow in order to capture, and rage means anger. So from this stanza what we have learned, all the members of the house except Custard are very brave. Belinda's bravery has been compared to the bravery of many bears combined together. Ink and Blink, despite being so small in size, have the power to scare and chase away someone as strong as a lion. Her brave dog's bravery has been compared to that of a tiger's anger. But Custard is completely opposite to his physical description, and instead of being brave, always look for a nice safe cage. So from this stanza, we the readers come to know that you should not count, you should not calculate, you should not identify a person by the outside behavior, isn't it? Custard looking very dangerous physique, but still he cried for the safe cage. But others are looking very small, but they are seem so brave, isn't it? Stanza number 5. Belinda tickled him. She tickled him unmerciful. Ink and Blink and Mustard rudely called him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon at the really and really cowardly dragon. So here tickle means to touch the body, a body part, likely to cause laughter. Here you can able to see the picture of this Belinda who is touching with the feather, tickled him. the dragon. Okay. Unmerciful means cruelly, and rudely means not civil or mannerless. And here Percival means in Arthurian legend, a knight in King Arthur's court who sought the Holy Grail. That means he has proven himself to be one of Arthurian's most loyal knights. And Percival is most commonly known for retrieving Excalibur, from a clan of mischievous fairy creatures, whose only distinguishing characteristics were their brightly colored headwear and small stature. Okay, that means a legend having a sword of King Arthur, very loyal knight. The same manner, the Custard is very loyal here. It's very brave. That is going to be proved. So they rudely called him as Percival. Okay. So Belinda used to tickle the dragon without stopping, and she did it quite cruelly to make it laugh. It should be noted here that tickling is a very soft touch on body, and it is related to softness. Since the dragon was such a coward, tickling worked on him. It does not work on rough bodies. Hence, it's another proof of the dragon's softness. It was named as Percival by Ink, Blink, and Mustard. Seeing the dragon react to the tickling made all of them laugh, and they laughed sitting in the wagon at the cowardly dragon. Okay, here you can able to see the picture of the wagon, and they are sitting behind the dragon. Stanza 6. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink said, "Wink," which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age, when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. House, mouse, A, age, cage, B. Giggle means laughter. So Belinda laughed a lot at the dragon. She laughed so hard that it seemed that the house is shaking due to her laughter. Blink the mouse used to say "weak," okay, which is a giggling sound for mouse. Ink and Mustard asked the dragon's age to make fun of him, as it shows that the dragon behaved like a small kid would do, but he was not a small kid. Custard just wanted a nice safe cage for himself, isn't it? So this idea we get from the stanza number 6. Stanza number 7. Suddenly, Suddenly they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled. They all looked around. "Ouch!" cried Ink, and "Ooh!" cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. Sound around. A, Belinda, window, B. So the rhyming scheme of the stanza is A, B. Nasty here means unpleasant. Growl means the sound of growling as made by the animals. Here it was made by the Mustard, the dog. And pirate means a dacoit, isn't it? And winda here represents the window. Ogden Nash tried to misspell this word. It created a new word for making a pun on the rhythm winda. Okay. So while all of them were busy making fun of the dragon, there came a very unpleasant sound from the house. Mustard, the dog, looked around for the source of that sound. Ink cried "Meouch," and Belinda cried "Ooh," when they saw that there was a pirate climbing the window of the house to loot it. Stanza number 8. Pistol in his left hand and pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His bed was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirates meant no good. Cutlass means a short sword, a very sharp blade, and meant here means intended. Okay, here you can able to see in the left hand and right hand he is carrying a pistol, means a gun. Okay, so the appearance of the pirate seemed very dangerous as he was carrying many arms with him. He had a pistol in both hands and he was carrying a bright, sharp blade between his teeth as well. He had a black beard and a wooden leg, indicating that he was a tough man who must have lost his leg in some fight or battle. His looks made it very clear to the housemates that the pirate meant to harm the house and the people and the pets living there. Stanza number 9. Belinda paled and she cried, "Help, help!" But Mustard fled with the terrified yelp. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household, and little Mouse blinked strategically mousehold. So here, paled means become pale due to fear. Okay, and yelp means cry. Terrified means horrified. Trickled here means step down, and strategically means planning. And mousehold means holes made by a mouse, but it is not a word but has been made into a word to fit the rhyming scheme. So an Ogden Nash tried to misspell this word, created a new word for the effect of rhythm or rhyme scheme. Okay. So what do you understand this poem? Looking at the pirate, Belinda had become pale with fear and cried for help. All her brave pets could not help her. Everyone fled from the scene. Mustard made a huge cry and ran away. Ink silently went to the bottom of the house, and Blink very smartly disappeared in a mouse hole, leaving Belinda all alone in front of the pirate. Their bravery could not do them any good. Stanza number 10. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. With a clatter and a clank and a jangling squirm, he bent at the pirate like a robin at a worm. So engine and dungeon means AA rhyming scheme, and squirm and worm represents the BBs. That means rhyme scheme is AABB. Snorting means huge sound made through nose. Okay, huge sound made through nose. Clashed means strike. Dungeon means an underground prison. Clatter and a clank and a jangling means a sound of two metals striking, the sound produced by the metals while striking. Squirm means to move in a twisted manner. And robin here means a bird, how in the a type of a bird here, okay, or maybe a villainy look of the danger of the dragon is described here. How beautifully the heroic entry of the dragon is described in the stanza. That means when everyone fled on the scene, the pirate, it was a coward dragon, Custard, who came to rescue and fought the pirate bravely. He jumped in front of the pirate and made large noises through his nose like an engine, indicating his anger. Started to move his tail and it made clatter sounds like an iron rod striking the walls of a prison in a dungeon. With all these dangerous sounds, he followed the pirate like a robin follows a worm to eat it. Okay, the bird tried to eat a worm. It made a flight, a beautiful flight to attack the worm. The same manner, the dragon jumped in front of the pirate to ready for the attack by using the engine like a fire mouth. Stanza 11. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon and gulped some grog from his pocket flagon. He fired 2 bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custard gobbled him every bit. Dragon, flagon, that means AA. Hit, bit, that means BB. The rhyme scheme for the stanza is AABB. Gapped here means watched. Gulped means swallowed. Gog means wine. Flagon here means a flask. Gobble means eat. So Custard shocked the pirate. And pirate, he took a good look at him and drank some wine from a bottle that he carried in his pocket. The pirate then took out his pistol and fired 2 bullets at Custard. But he failed to hit him and Custard remained unharmed. Then Custard swallowed the whole of the pirate without leaving any trace of him. It swallowed, and now the pirate is in the stomach of the dragon. Stanza number 12. Belinda embraced him, Mustard licked him, and no mourn for his pirate victim. Ink and blink in glee did gyrate around the dragon that ate the pirate. Him and victim AA, gyrate and pirate BB. So the rhyme scheme is AABB. Embrace here means hug, to hug. Licked means to touch with the tongue. Mourn means to grieve, to cry about the death of the pirate, but nobody is ready to cry for the death of a, no, nobody is ready to mourn for the pirate here. Okay, victim means one who suffers. Glee here represents happiness. Gyrate means circular movements. So after the Custard ate the pirate, to everyone's surprise, there was joy all over the house. Belinda embraced him to express gratitude for saving everyone. Mustard licked the dragon as that's how a dog shows its love for someone. Everyone celebrated the death of the pirate and there was no grief. Ink and Blink started dancing around the dragon out of happiness. Stanza 13. But presently up spoke little dog Mustard. I would have been twice as brave if I hadn't been flustered. And up spoke Ink and up spoke Blink. We would have been 3 times as brave, we think. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. Mustard, flustered, AA, blink, think, BB, agree, me, CC, me, agree, me, CC. So the rhyme scheme for the stanza number 13 is AA, BB, CC. Flustered means to get nervous. Quiet means completely. So it became very clear that who is brave and who is a coward after the pirate incident. But Mustard started to give excuses for his cowardice and said that he would have been twice as brave as Custard if he had not got nervous when the pirate came. Ink and Blink said they would have been thrice as brave as the dragon. They could not believe that Custard, the coward dragon, had done such a heroic act, and so they started giving excuses for running away. The humble dragon accepted that he was the most coward and everyone was braver than him. From this stanza. Stanza number 14, again the same first and the second stanza is repeating because it's a ballad, isn't it? So the same first and second stanza is repeating to make an end of the song, a ballad song. Okay, so again the stanza is like that in the 14th one. Belinda still lives in her little white house with her little black kitten and her little grey mouse and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon and her really little pet dragon. Stanza number 15. Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chase Lion down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard keeps crying for a nice safe cage. Here also you can able to see the rhyme scheme AABB. So again the same two stanza is repeated in the 14th to 15th to get a song effect, a rhythm effect to make a conclusion of this song, a ballad form. So this technique makes this whole poem into a ballad form. Okay, so here you can able to see how it's crying for the safe cage, the dragon. So again the same rotation happens in the poem. So recapitulation, what we understand from the poem: Belinda lived in a little house named White House with her pets, a black kitten Ink, a grey mouse Blink, a yellow dog Mustard, and a dragon Custard. Custard was covered and all other pets boasted of their bravery. Suddenly, a pirate entered the house through window and Belinda cried for help. Pirate had pistols and a sharp cutlass. All the pet animals fled, but only Custard attacked the pirate and swallowed him. At last, all praised Custard. Again, they started the same technique of boasting and started giving excuses why they run in front of the pirate. And the last stanza, again, they started to follow the boasting as in the same pattern they have done in the third and fourth stanza. So the poetic device or literary elements that follows in the poem. First technique is ballad. Because the poem is in the form of ballad, a long poem or a song that tells or narrates a story or a tales of courage or heroism. So here Ogden Nash used this style to narrate the tale of Custard and how the dragon defeats the pirate. The heroic act of the dragon is revealed in this poem. So the shape and the cover of a book is not important. The content of the book is very, very important, isn't it? The cover, the physique of the dragon is not important. The timely, intelligent is mostly welcomed by the people in this world. So by using this idea, the Ogden Nash tried to deliver a humorous ballad which is very close to a parody in this poem. He make a pun in the rhythm, okay? Next poetic device is a simile, as sharp as a mustard and mouth like a fireplace. Belinda was as brave as Barrel, and Mustard brave as a tiger in a cage, and snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. He went at the pirate like a robin at the worm. So through these phrases or device, Nash creates a humorous description of characters in this poem. So these are the similes used in the poem. Like they have used as, like, as brave as, here like an engine, brave as a tiger, like iron in a dungeon, like a robin at the worm. Like these words represents the simile. I have just shown some few examples of similes here. Okay. Next technique is a repetition. Like and the little is every stanza repeated. Suddenly, and help. Then little is the word repeated in a maximum stanzas. Then Custard cried for a nice safe cage. Custard cried for a nice safe cage, and Custard keeps crying for a nice safe cage is also repeated. Then pistol in the left and pistol in his right. In this stanza, in this line, pistol is repeating, in his is also repeating. So these are the words the poet uses the repetition at various points in this poem, which creates a rhythmic effect in the poem. Even he tried to misspell the words to get the effect of the rhythm effect of this poem. Next technique is onomatopoeia. And Blink said weak, which is giggling for a mouse. So the word mimics the sound of a rat. Weak. Weak is the word which mimics the sound of a rat. In the same manner, clatter, clang, jangling, meowch, ooh. These are the sounds introduce the character. It represents the animal and the character by the sound. So here onomatopoeia technique is used by the Ogden Nash. Next technique is poetic license. At the Realio and Trialio, and Blink said weak, and was pirate climbing in the window. Here you can see Realio means really, Trialio means truly. Weak is a sound for the blink, and winda here means window. So when the poet disregards the rules of language, he uses a poetic license in the words. In these words to make an effect, and he misspelled the words to get the effect. He even disregard the rules of the language in the poem. So he used a poetic license in this poem. Next technique is the alliteration. Here you can find so many alliterations in the poem. I have just given a few examples here, like that. And he held in his teeth. H, H, H. Her sound is repeated. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears. B, 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 B. So B, B sound is repeating. So alliteration technique is used in the poem in most of the lines. I have just here shown some few lines here. Next technique is the light verse. Ogden Nash is very famous for his light verse technique in the poem. In this poem also he used the light verse technique. So in this poem is in the form of a light verse where the poet in this poem uses humor to convey a message through the crisis can reveal the character of a person. So light verse is used to reveal the character of a dragon here. Though the dragon looks very dangerous, but it fears a lot. But at the time, the situation, it reacts according to the appearance. It not a boasting. It shows a loyal knight like a character in this poem. That's why they call them as persevere. Next technique is the rhyming scheme. So every stanza of the poem has the rhyme scheme AABB, isn't it? For Belinda lived in the house, mouse, wagon, dragon, you can find AABB. But in stanza number 13, the rhyme scheme differs. AABBCC, that means mustard, flustered, blink, think, agree, me. Gree me, isn't it? So mustard, flustered, blink, think, gree me. Here you find the rhyme scheme AABBCC. So every stanza of the poem except the stanza number 13 follows the rhyme scheme AABB, and the 13th stanza follows the rhyme scheme AABBCC. Okay. So from this poem you have learned about the different characters available in this poem, and the ink and blink, and how they run away in a difficult situation, and they considered a dragon to be a coward, and how the coward dragon turned into a hero and defeated the pirate, and how it rescued Belinda from the pirate, and House and other friends is also revealed from this poem. And the different situation shows us the different characters for us in our life. That point is also revealed from this poem, and how a good friendship might be maintained, how we have to maintain our pets. You can find the blink and ink and mustard, they ran away when the dangerous situation appeared. Only the true friendship, a true dragon faced and encountered the problem, and it gobbled the pirate and um, helped the Belinda, and give a safety concern for Belinda. So from this poem we also get the idea how a true friendship, how a true pet should act in front of a problematic situation. We should not run away. If your friends are running away in a problematic time, then you have to be alert in front of them in their friendship manner. If they are helping, then you find that friendship is really true and good growth in the friendship. Okay, that is also a point revealed from this poem. And being a person, we should not run away from any problem. We have to boldly, courageously encounter the problem. Every problem have a solution. So we have to first find out the problem and we have to find out the solution. Then we can live our life very happily without any disturbance and without any problem in our life. And we should not judge a cover by its book. We should not judge a person by their physical appearance, isn't it? Though they are looking dangerous or though they are looking small or tiny, they may have a special talent. At special time, they will reveal the talent. Each and every living being in this world have a special talent. So we have to find out the special talent. We should not mock at them. We should not have fun at them. Okay, we have to find out what the talent is and how to make it effective according to the present situation. So that point is also revealed from this poem, The Tale of the Custard, the Dragon. So here we find the dragon, which looks very, all of them call them as coward, but later it shows his heroic act in front of all of them. So I hope you like this poem. If you find it's very useful, then give a like and subscribe it. Thank you.